over at the high school prom, DJ. Hold on, chill. DJing.
Yeah.
Okay, behind the ones and twos.
Yeah, I'm not a guest there. Yeah.
I don't have any ideas, to be honest.
I don't want to give away too many ideas to the other, to the
What other pods?
What other pods? We ain't afraid of smoke here, brother.
What they're saying is that like direct to consumer right now is the best possible way to make anything off or make a living off music, and also in the future it's going to be like the main thing, right? Spotify is little by little like sifting out people and getting like the real people out of like getting their music out of Spotify, right? And the artists are worried because with the AI and stuff, if Spotify gets everybody out, they can just AI their own bots to make the music still going. Right?
What do you mean, the music itself, or the consumption of the music?
The streams?
The consumption of the music. They can AI the whole thing and still have it running and generating money, right?
Yeah, but let's say you have an artist who they don't have a real audience, because you're basically saying that artist doesn't have a real audience. They has an AI audience. Now, when it comes to selling a hard ticket, they can have AI people in the seats.
No.
That's important. You know what I'm saying?
But they're making money regardless.
The artist or the label?
No, Spotify.
Yeah.
And the label.
That's where the problem is. Spotify, the CEO of Spotify is coming up with these moves and making these moves, right? And he's like saying stuff that like, oh, now it's the cheapest. We live in the era where it's the cheapest to release music and do music, but that's coming from somebody who it doesn't cost them $1 to have music put out, because they're not the ones putting it out.
That's the problem when it comes to the music industry being run by tech companies rather than even the record companies. Record companies don't run the music industry anymore. I don't know if y'all realize that. It's the tech companies. It's the streaming companies.
The distributors.
Like YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
The advertisements.
TikTok. Look at what we reported on, maybe a month or so ago now, when TikTok and Universal were having beef. And Universal pulled a bunch of their shit off of the TikTok, off the app. These are the type of wars that are happening now. It's between the record labels and big tech. You know what I'm saying? It's like the artists are just a small part of the picture now. When you really, really think about it, you can replace them. Now you can have AI music. Think about it. There's AI music that already exists.
And there's so many artists out there already that are even more talented than the people we're seeing. So it's like, they can prop up anyone they want with the right marketing, with the right campaign, with the right algorithmic campaign. Like, because these labels will pay to boost your views. So you might have 1 million, they're gonna boost it to like 5.
Facts.
I don't remember if this is right from the video or not, but I think the guy said that out of all the music that's currently out and like the accounts dropping music on Spotify, out of all the music in the system, I think he said 2/3 or 1/3 of it is all bots.
Wow,
that's wild.
Because he also mentioned a third of it is bad bots.
Let me play a little bit.
Like bots that are like maliciously, like on purpose. You know, like they're set up to what's it called?
Like get your music removed, right?
Yeah.
That happened to me, bro. That
and then the other 1/3 was good bots, in the sense that like people are, it's like a natural way of or not a natural way, but like not in a negative way, like bots by people that aren't maliciously like getting bots, you know what I mean? Like maybe it's on an accident, or maybe it's like you did like an ad of some sort or a campaign of some sorts, right? You sent that video that you sent me yesterday. I was,
if you've recouped, of course. The one thing I will say that I think the streaming services streaming services.
This is a piece from he was reviewing the Larry Jackson Joe Budden interview too, right?
And it's being allowed to exist while other people are having their music taken down off of Spotify. It's safe to assume that Spotify is able to pocket that.
The lighter.
How else are they able to pay a Joe Rogan $250 million to extend his podcast contract unless you're making some chili somewhere else?
They're low-key botting people. getting
here's
their
the
accounts
biggest
kicked
issue
out,
with
and
that.
then they keep the what's it called, the residual
Right.
of that.
So you're saying it's for like a show like Joe Rogan, shit like this is happening right now?
I'm saying that like
Or this is what
Spotify
you're saying.
Spotify is clearly like pocketing money
Mm.
out of this, like how like this pool of money that they said from canceling accounts that were under 1,000 and like weren't bringing in revenue and shit.
because they did
you know?
that recently.
They
too.
made how much money that like off of the difference from where the money was going before and how it is now. Like,
Mm.
But how would they make money off removing users? That doesn't make sense. Users pay.
No, it's not
No.
the users. The music.
The
that-
artists pay too. Don't you have to pay to like get on Spotify?
Yeah, like if you're
That's
using
what they're saying as well.
TuneCore and shit like that, CD Baby, all those different sites, right?
So how would you make money off removing people?
How much money are they actually even making off of that? Like, for example,
you're,
I have my stuff on TuneCore, right?
yeah,
How much money is TuneCore paying back to Spotify for the distribution of the music through Spotify?
I think it's not the music they're making money off, but more like the membership or the registration of you as an artist.
Right,
like they're not
right.
making money off your streams for the average artist,
Yeah.
but like I feel like if they really wanted it to be a money grab, they would open it up to the most people, right?
Mm. Well, listen, man. Salute to all of the artists out there who are trying to make some chicken off of this, bro.
Yeah.
It's-
Sell direct to consumer, as B3 was saying
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
That is the way.
see you later.
I don't even have anything like planned out today. I'll big salute to Dusty Wallace. He's not here today. He's not going to be able to make it. But I don't even have a bunch of news. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a slow news week,
Yeah, kind of.
right? Unless you guys have something that you some news story that I missed, let me know.
The Spotify thing was the only thing I caught on to because
Yeah.
Joe did the podcast or the interview.
Yeah.
I was still on the whole Mula First, Snowd4y, Tim Hortons, Wendy's excursion.
We have to order the whole menu.
But that was like a little bit before. Like I haven't been here for
Yeah.
like a week, so but that was wild.
That kind of pissed me off.
That pissed me off greatly. And I was very disappointed in both of them.
But yo, that's the character, right? That's
Okay, before we start, salute to Snowd4y.
yeah.
And with all due respect, the Wagwan Delilah happened, what now, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Two and a half.
Still
3.
buzzing.
The song is it still buzzing?
I think it kind of has like its own cult following of like it has its own legacy and people are still recirculating the song.
I think it's the effect that the song, like doing anything with the song or related to the song,
Yeah.
has right now is still a little bit up because it's Drake.
It's still
Right.
viral, yeah.
Like I've seen people post lyric videos, literally take the song and do their own little thing.
Remixes,
Yeah, compared to the song, and then just because it has the SEO of the song or like has the hashtags and stuff, they're getting 700K, 800K views.
Okay.
I think it's still like usable in a sense.
Is
you know,
he
for
using
content
his
creators.
time wisely?
To be honest, that's my dog, but I think he needs to, like, he's got a lot of stuff to work or stuff working in the background.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not gonna speak too much on it or even jump the gun and say he's not really doing anything about it. But if you just go right back into doing like the jokey videos and the content stuff, then you're kind of like, you know, you got into the car with Drake and you're about to speed off, and now it's like,
Yeah.
kind of getting out of the car, or you know, too early.
Yeah, here's what I will say, because shout Snowd4y, you know,
Salute.
Yeah, that's the brother, man.
we've messaged each other and stuff, and I have a lot of respect for what he does. And I also think Wagwan Delilah opened up a huge dialogue about what is Toronto culture, patois influence, is this appropriation, is this minstrelsy? Like there was a lot of conversations that happened around it, which I think
Yeah.
are important for us figuring out Toronto culture. Because we're still a new country, man. Canada is still new compared to like other countries, so we're still figuring out our own identity.
Okay.
When he dropped what's that freestyle they do where it's like a red background?
Studio of Legends.
Yeah, so he did one of those. And I dropped a comment. I'm like, yo, like I wish you rapped your actual bars, because he can actually rap.
He has songs.
Yeah.
He has songs.
Like, and that's more true to who he is, right?
Mm.
Because I think the last thing you want to be is a meme. even though
Yes,
it's good for the moment, it's hard to outgrow a meme that's viral.
Yes.
If you can't follow up with something that's even bigger, right? And we've seen it a lot. There are some people who are like exclusively known
So you
because
passed
of the
it.
memes.
This one right
Yeah,
here.
that's the one.
Yeah. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, he's about to spit like his actual bars. And I was like, oh, come on.
As soon as you heard the beat, you're like, oh.
The cups is crazy though.
Walk one Delilah, what's it like in Toronto City? I'm 2,000 kilometers away, but girl, tonight you look so bad, oh yes you do.
So he's just doing the Guan Delilah there.
Cover, yeah.
See, the problem with this is that now everywhere he goes, they're gonna ask him for that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yo, you want to do a freestyle on our show that's like very, very popular? Like, let's say, what's the one in the States? In the off the block,
radar or on radar.
off the block,
off the block.
off
That
the
one
block,
too.
right?
Yeah.
By Shooter's Shoe, right? He's gonna go down there. They're gonna call him up and be like, yo. Come do this freestyle, and he's gonna be all like, "Oh, here's my music. Here's this. Which song should I do?" And obviously, they're gonna be like, "Well, we don't want any
funny
other,
shit.
we don't want any
Yeah.
other song. Show us that one. That's the one we
Dude,
asked
we
you
want to
for."
hear Wagwan Delilah. And I think he'll even be able to do like a round of a club tour where he's like doing appearances and performing the song. He's that viral with it, you know? And I think it's a good thing. It's better to be known for something than nothing, you know?
Yeah.
People are always like, oh, one hit wonder. Well, there are none hit wonders. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So in a sense, like he should capitalize on the moment, but I also think you can't get too caught up in the moment and you have to think forward like, okay, well, where am I going to take this after? Am I going to make another parody song in this like Toronto man caricature?
Yeah.
Am I going to make a parody song in my own voice? Am I going to show them my own music? And what if he shows them his own music and they're like, bro, like we want to hear another
Do the funny
Wagwan. Yeah, exactly. You know, so he's in an interesting position. And going back to the Wendy's, Tim Hortons, Moolah escapade, I felt like that wasn't a good association at such a pivotal time in your rising. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and part of the problem I had with that is what Moolah did with the video. One, he barely talked.
Snowd4y, yeah.
He said like 3 words in the whole video. And 2, he took his hood politics shit and put it in that video. Don't put your hood politics in the funny video because now you're gonna wrap Snowd4y inside of your hood politics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what did he put in the video?
Like at the end, he was making he made fun of a few people. I don't even
It
remember.
was
the
really at
names.
Nav, and like there was like a Punjabi uncle there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, look, that's Nav's grandpa.
But it wasn't
Zoom
only
in.
Nav. At the end of the video, he mentioned some other guys that he had issues with. I don't remember the names, to be honest, but he mentioned other guys that he had issues with, and I was like,
Yeah.
Snowd4y don't have issues with those people. So now you're making Snowd4y inside of
By-
the video that you
By
have.
default, they're gonna look at Snowd4y now and be like,
Exactly.
oh, you're with him now. All right.
Yeah. You can't. You have to keep the two things separate. So that's what one thing that, besides the whole spending super mad time in line and messing up the customers and shit like that pissed me off. But when I saw him mentioning other guys, I'm like, come on, bro, don't put Snowd4y in that shit. Like he's in the lane right now where he can either be a comedian or he can be a real artist. But it's going to be hard for him to be a comedian. I'm going to show you guys somebody quick, fast. And we got a little time to get into other things because nobody got shot. Nobody
This
got
guy's
arrested.
hilarious,
Yeah,
but he
this guy's
just
lit.
does like Eminem stuff, right?
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He's an artist as well. And he could rap his ass. He could rap his ass off in the Eminem skits. But that's because he actually has a rapping skill set. His music, him and another gentleman named Kriple, they're on tour right now. I just interviewed them. He's super skilled, but he's also pigeonholed into this whole Eminem skit thing. He's in the same situation, except he's actually way more popping than Snowd4y.
But is he able to funnel his audience from his comedic content into his actual music to the point where he can do shows or
No.
he can release music? Okay.
His shows are not as popping for him as a musician. He's also another artist named Lil Windex. He that's another alter ego that he made that people go to see. You know what I'm saying? But it's actually him. So he's in this weird place too, where it's like,
That's
I'm an
him.
artist. See, when I did the interview and he was like,
That's him.
Lil Windex is my alter ego, I was like, oh.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way too. I do this other character, Lil Windex, which is like That's the parody character. Yeah, I'm him.
You don't know it was him?
I didn't catch that, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
go. I
that's
didn't come
me.
out to any of the shows.
No,
yet.
that's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
good.
yeah.
'Cause the name is on the flyer. DTG, Lil Windex, and Kripel. But it's only 2 people that are actually there, not 3.
Yeah. So, but yo, if you look at it, then Snowday kind of has that already set up because he's Snowday,
Mhm.
but he dropped the song as Snowday.
As Snowday.
If he dropped it as Mr. 2204,
Yeah, that was his name before.
it could have been maybe separated a little bit more, or
I'm-
maybe if now he goes as Mr. 2204
Mm.
to separate the two, but Mr. 2204 was his like character on the 20v1 what
Wave room.
the wave room.
Yeah. But you know who he can emulate in the situation? I think this is the best route for him is Sacha Baron Cohen, who does Ali G,
Thank
who
you.
does Borat,
Yeah.
who does he did The Dictator. He has different characters, but then ultimately it's him as a person, Sacha Baron Cohen. So
Yeah.
if Snowdy's able to diversify his comedic characters, even while incorporating music, like maybe he has like an opera singer or like a rocker, or like, like if he's able to diversify it, I think that is a sick lane for him.
Yeah.
He can even release borderline comedic albums that people will consume like on some Weird Al stuff, and they'll actually watch it like they watched a Borat, like they watched Ali G.
Yeah.
You
Man
know?
made movies out of these characters, right?
And he was
Yeah.
fully in character. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was crazy.
And here's another, this is just like we're brainstorming what Snowday can do with his career next.
Yeah.
Okay, if he watches this, take some of the advice. Maybe not, right?
Yeah.
He can do that Borat, Ali G route, but slide his own songs in. So in the background, the song that you might be hearing is his shit, being serious. And then when you go look at the credits of what where the music came from, a lot of those songs are his, and then he can sneak that in like, yo, somebody might be like, yo, that song that was playing when he was walking was hard. Whose song is that? That's mine.
Yeah, he's actually a sick artist too.
Yeah,
He can rap his ass off, and I
bro,
think he should.
Forget rap, bro. He can sing. That guy has a voice.
It's like a lot of
has a
people won't
voice.
know that if he gets buried under this character of the Wagwan Delilah character.
Yeah.
But how quickly are you supposed to address that if you're Snowday? Like, do you kind of just let Wagwan Delilah like just ride it out, or are you taking this opportunity to release an actual song to be like, hey guys, keep streaming Wagwan Delilah, but I just dropped this new track, because he has people who are rocking with him now that will probably just appreciate his actual music.
I think there's like it's a double-edged sword there.
Yeah.
Because like he needs the Delilah push or the Delilah carry with Drake in order to get this amount, at least this amount of following. You know what I mean? Like, if once you get to this point or a lesser point than that, maybe let's call it 100K.
Yeah, because and
100K.
the point that for the people who aren't seeing what B3 is talking about, he's looking at 692,000 followers that are the DTG has.
Yeah, I'm saying at that point, like, you're stuck in this character, but at that point, if you drop your music and just say go listen to it, like the people who are watching your content because they genuinely mess with you, they're gonna go watch it.
They're at least take a listen.
And your odds of at least a third of them to go listen to it are higher.
A third out of 692,000
is better than
great.
It's a lot.
It's better than
Yeah.
a 5K and expecting all of 5K of them to go check it out, right?
Yeah.
So
And keep going.
my bad. I think he needs to dig into this character, but explore it in different ways. Maybe do a couple more remixes with some other big names and some other big people, right? Try to like get more shock value, right, out of it, but in a positive way instead of doing like the weird skits and like the negative stuff.
Yeah.
And falling into that rabbit hole, going just like doubling down on the character as much as he can to be creative and funny, right? Just genuinely funny. If he gets his if he like hops on this wave with the Drake thing and manages to pull it up to like 100K or plus or more, then he needs to like,
yeah, because his followers didn't go up that crazy. When you really think about it, like his followers went up, right? But like, he has Drake followers.
Because I feel like the Drake thing dropped, right? He had like a week to drop something with somebody who is not obviously as equal as big as Drake, but somebody notable that people like recognize.
He should have linked up with a funny Marco or not funny Marco, Drewski or somebody.
Yeah.
King Bach.
Yeah,
and just people seeing that on his story, not even a post, but if he were to drop a couple posts, like now he's in LA, now he's doing this, now he's like a No Jumper podcast. Oh wait, he's at a Here podcast. Oh, he's at a Here podcast, right? Like a PR run for like a week or two after this drop.
Playing the guitar at these places, you don't have to do serious interviews. Just go run the guitar, go do the character.
A speaker plugged in down that square. How many people show up to sing along, you know?
But do you feel like a lot of people are kind of tired of the song, especially people who may have already perceived it as like a mockery or like a animated version or exaggerated version of the Toronto accent? Like I know a lot of people who initially liked it and now they're like, okay, I'm over it. And I know a lot of people who are like very like cheesed at it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
when a joke is done, it's like, I'm not saying that it's done, but when you already got the joke, okay? I get it. It's funny. All right.
Next
now,
joke.
do you keep on watching the joke over and over again, or do you move on to the next joke?
Yeah.
As a comedian, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep on running the same joke over, or your audience is gonna keep on listening back over to the same joke again. No, they're gonna be like, okay, give me some more routines.
But when it's a serious song, you can listen to the same song over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But because this is more of a joke, it's like, okay, we heard the joke, the punchline was funny. Next time I hear it, it's gonna be less funny.
You're not gonna
even
stream
funny.
it like the conversation we were having about Spotify streams and all. Even though it's not on Spotify, for it to be something monetarily like feasible, somebody has to sit there and stream it over and over and over again. And jokes don't have a replay value in a music content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you said, it has to be a real song to be like, oh, this is my song that I wake up to and I play it all the time and I play it in the gym and I play it in my car. Like, if you're doing that with Wagwan Delilah, it's like, all right, you're a little bit weird, bro.
Yeah, you're probably a weirdo. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just wake up, put that on. You know, you're in the gym, jogging on the treadmill, playing Wagwan Delilah. Like, what's up with you? We have questions for you now. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you guys, but I also think that, like, if it, like, what determines when a joke's done, right? The internet determines that.
Yeah.
Right? The masses, right? If like a small chunk of people say it's done, it's done. Even the comedians say it's done. Even the person who made the joke says it's done. If the masses still finds it funny 10 years, 5 years, 20 years from now, you know, like it's still gonna it's still gonna have that effect that you could hop onto, right?
Yeah. Like
there's certain jokes and vines that still get brought up today in memes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The joke might be done here, but maybe just starting somewhere else.
True.
You know, a different country might have been introduced to it delayed.
Yeah, but like, are we still thinking about these nuts? Are we still thinking about that guy? I don't even remember. I can't even call his name to say who he is. But the these nuts, that guy, like, he came and went. The internet was like, all right, we're over him. Somebody else said something funny.
That's true, but also now that was like an era where, like, obviously that wasn't a super long time ago, but like now kids are growing up with tablets and laptops and they're 2 years old, 3 years old, right? So they're getting fed this stuff now.
Drewski just did something funny last week. And then Kai Cenat will do something funny next week. And then somebody else will, you know, Johnny Somali will crash out at somebody's restaurant or something like that. And people will start focusing on that, doing reaction videos to that. And everything that Snowd did will be lost in the sauce because the internet keeps interneting, bro.
It's about speed.
Yeah. Listen, man, salute to Snowd.
Salute, man.
That's the brainstorm session for you right there. Do with it what you will.
And we're only saying these ideas because we want to see you
see
elevate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to see you capitalize and keep growing from this, as opposed to seeing it limit you, because we've seen Toronto people become memes. They come and go. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. It's kind of hard to outgrow something that is overbearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's get this shit started, man. Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, DiamondClub_Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app, as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Cheer! Right there.
What a tune.
I know. We are Buck is the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most toast, Friday Ricky Tread, aka Summer Rick, aka feeling good, man. We back at it, episode 488. We over here, B3 Studios. No Dusty Wallace today, but big salute to Dusty Wallace. He'll be back next week. However, we still got the rest of the crew in the building. First of all, we have you might see him over at the high school prom. DJ, hold on, chill. DJing.
Yeah.
Okay, behind the ones and twos.
Yeah, I'm not a guest there. Yeah, I'm working.
Okay, he's at the high school prom, DJing behind the ones and twos, playing Kendrick Not Like Us. Nah, I'm playing.
Definitely did that this week.
Sometimes. Okay, or he might be over at your local comedy club, busting down some jokes. You know what I'm saying? We have DJ Czar in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir. DJ Czar, Young Shawarma, aka the prom DJ, aka the wedding DJ, aka been touring the GTA, doing gigs, man. I'm glad to be back. I felt a little burnt out. I started to get a little sick, so I've been doing a lot of self-care, drinking tea with honey and salt and lemon juice. You know what I'm saying? Things you should just be doing on a regular basis with hot water, you know?
Stay healthy.
Yeah, man. Just glad to be back, bro. And I'm glad B3, we're going to introduce her now. B3 back. We didn't know where this guy was.
You may find him behind the boards. You know what I'm saying? Plugging in and putting the plugins and making sure that your favorite rappers sound like your favorite rappers. Okay, you might see him on the LA Strip wearing some OVO gear.
Oh no!
B3 in the fucking building.
Back in the flesh.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You all were missed last week, man. You know what I mean?
Yo, you guys held it down though, man. You guys held it down. It was a good episode.
Yeah. We're on episode 482, so on the way to road to 500, man. You know what I'm saying? Air horns for that.
We should all go to like Korean Grill or something. Like, you know.
No, I think the 500 we got to do it somewhere else. It's got to be the set. It's got to be somewhere like
bougie.
You got to do it big,
somewhere nice, somewhere different.
You got any ideas?
Yeah,
I don't have any ideas, to be honest.
I don't want to give away too many ideas to the other, you know,
to the other pods.
to the, you know.
What other pods?
What other pods? Like, we ain't afraid of smoke here, brother. We love hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are like, just say it. Say it.
Talk my shit.
We are the best. We are the best.
Yeah. You know, we'll find out. We'll find a neat spot and just go do it there.
Listen, fam, we're on the way to 500 episodes. I don't know anybody else who could say that in the city, bro.
That's good, man. That's good.
500 is a lot, man. Oh my goodness.
That is a lot.
You're doing that motherfucking thing, bro. Y'all are good though. Y'all have had good weeks. Everything's been good.
Just tired, man.
Yeah, literally just tired, bro.
And high, but mainly tired. I don't know which one is more anymore.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? So I stopped balling up because like I had this air traffic controller test, like because I'm like maybe I'll be an air traffic controller, right?
What side mission?
It was a super side mission. I was
side
like,
mission's crazy, bro.
You know how like you need to have like an escape plan? I'm like, okay, to escape from like Toronto and DJing, like maybe I'll be an air traffic controller, right?
Yeah.
So yo, boom, I go to the test. You know, I just did like a wedding the night before. I'm like out of it, you know, and I'm like feeling sick.
Yeah.
Yo, swing this guy. Yo, we need to have like a lighter line, bro.
Give me a lighter. Keep going.
So yo, I go, I do the test. Like first I arrive there, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. This is cool. Then they're like, can everyone line up against the wall? First red flag. I'm like, yo, I'm a DJ. I don't do that. Like, yo, I haven't done this in so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like line up against the wall.
Wait a second.
And I actually signed something that like I can't really talk about the actual test, but this isn't the test. This was before. So already I'm like in this like building. There's a lot of things going on. Then we do this test in front of a computer. They're testing a bunch of stuff. I won't go into detail.
NDA.
Yeah. But not even halfway through, from the beginning, I was like, yo, like, I don't even want to pass this test. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to fail, you know? Because I was like, yo, like, I have a wedding after this. I'm like, this isn't my calling, you know? And I'm like clicking stuff. And I see people like really like they're hungry for this job. I'm like, yo, what am I even doing, you know? And so then I was the first person to finish the test, right? Out of everyone there. So like,
yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was like A, B, A, C, A, D, A, E. And then I was like, oh, too many A's in a row. Gotta be C. You know?
Just putting random shit.
I'm like, man, I forgot how much like I'm so detached from school that I was like, oh man, like I kind of like hate school now at this age, like the idea of like exams. So then one of the coordinators, we both walk out because I finished. So it's like, okay, exit. And she walked out. She's like, unfortunately, you did not pass. I was like, oh, thank God. She's like, what? She's like, yes. She's like, thank God. I'm like, yeah, honestly, I'm a DJ. I just did this to like,
you're
make
creative, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
There's two different types of people in the world, and both. There's nothing wrong with any type, right? There's some people who are okay with doing the 9 to 5, and they can do that mundane or just repetitive type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then there's creatives like us where like you get put in that kind of situation and you feel trapped. You're like, what are we doing? Get me out of here.
Yeah. You literally feel like you're being suffocated and like your entire being or identity is being like compromised. Because I feel like there are some people who find meaning in their work. Like people like us, we're creatives. We find meaning in what we do. Yeah. But then there are people who find meaning outside of their work. So they're able to work a regular job, but then Friday night, Saturday night, or going to a cottage or hanging out with their family, like that's where they find meaning, you know? So I feel like you're one of the two. And yeah, I think it made me kind of double down on like, you know what? Like I'm starting to get a little motion, you know what I'm saying? People are starting to recognize the stash and like I'm getting gigs. So like, let me just stick to it, you know?
Yeah. Being a creative is the long road, but it's a rewarding road at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When we all get to where we want to be, those places are where there's people who have a lot of money, dog. There's no creative who their main goal or their end goal is to get like 100,000 a year. Most creatives, the person that you're looking at, who's like the person like either your mentor or the person that you look up to, like, or, you know, or you're a fan of, you're like, that person's usually a millionaire or a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're like, you want to be the best executive in the company that you work for, that person might be 100,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's different levels of the things that we want out of our life too. It might not be monetary in the end of the day, but to be able to do what we do creatively and not have to pay no bills or worry about our bills or that type of shit, it comes with a lot of money.
But,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think honestly, like if you have a passion for something and you double down on the time you would have had otherwise spent on the passion, you would have spent it on 9 to 5. You're still doing the 9 to 5 for your passion.
Yeah, it still serves a purpose.
Your passion becomes the 9 to 5. You know, you're working almost double the time actually on a passion than you would on a going to a regular job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to treat it as such.
Yeah, your passion becomes, it's a job, like to be able to maintain yourself off of being a creative as a DJ, as an engineer, as a podcaster.
About finding that balance where you can use all the time of your day or the time that you had free or were to do a 9 to 5 and do something you love doing.
Yeah.
And like get retained from that, like get money from that, or be able to.
The hustle that it takes also, it takes a lot more hustle sometimes than when you're working at the 9 to 5, right? Because there's no guarantee on when your next check is coming.
Yeah. I've tried to balance having a 9 to 5 with being a creative, like as a producer, engineer, artist, or even as a DJ. And what I will say is when you have that 9 to 5, you have like a safety cushion that kind of like, how do I say it? It kind of makes you don't have as much energy to put into your art. But when you're like full time in your artistry, your back's against the wall, but you have way more output. So it's kind of like you're going to struggle because you're not going to have money, but you're going to have way more time to get better at your craft. And what I will say though, and this is my follow-up question, like there are some creatives we know, but what if being creative or being a creative as a career is maybe not viable for them? Because let's face it, not every creative is a good creative.
True.
You know, like a lot of people are creative natured, but like, is that their calling in terms of vocation? You know,
it's all it depends on. You got to know when to say when, right? If you're not a good creative and you're going to be the last one to know it when you're not a good creative.
That's unfortunate,
right? So what ends up happening is like you have to self-assess. Like, is this shit really working for me? You know what I'm saying? When people recognizing me for it? Am I making any kind of money from it? Like, is anything happening? Like, is there any growth? And if not, then you got to assess like, okay, maybe I got to do something else.
Yeah, I agree. If you're doubling down on it and you're putting all your time and effort into it and you're not getting any results and you've tried everything, you know, there's nothing wrong with having that safety cushion you were saying, right?
Yeah.
And then working at it or, you know, developing,
trying to improve it. Yeah.
Improving that way, right? So that you have that safety net still. And then deciding when you start to see that results at any moment, you start to see results is a clear sign that you should, you know, like that you can make that leap and that risk. And it's high risk and high reward, but you once you see the results, like if I were to pay you to come DJ at an event and that was like your first gig, right? You now know that you can make money off of that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
And if you could do it once, you could do it twice, 3 times.
Absolutely.
100 times.
And I'll take back what I said about the person being the last to know if they're whack. In these days and times, we got comment sections. So if your comment section is always telling you you're whack more than they're telling you that your shit is hard, then you might have to really assess that shit. Can't be like, ignore the comments. No, if your comments are like 80%, yo, that was trash all the time, everything you put out, then it might be trash.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that because it depends where you go. Like, for example, like your YouTube comments, a lot of them are encouraging.
Yeah.
On Reddit, Torontology, like they're kind of negative towards you. So if you just base it off their negativity, you'd be like, oh, I shouldn't do this, you know?
Yes. You're right. You have to know what comment section to go for. Don't go to Reddit and then assess your career off of Reddit.
But it's about true fans.
Yes.
It's about true like clients or true fans or true like
impact. I feel like impact is super key. Like if you're even able to inspire one person, bro, keep going.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to do and I gotta do right now before we continue our episode, salute to the sponsors. All right. Let's start with Diamond Club. Big salute to Diamond Club. That's the main sponsor over here. They supply us with the best loud in the city too. You know what I'm saying? Hit them up on their Instagram page if you need some of that. Diamond Club _Canada. Delivery across the GTA and across Canada. Use the code We Love Hip Hop if you want to get yourself a little discount on anything on the menu. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to Diamond Club. He was over here last week giving some commentary.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that, but I know he wasn't on camera, so I was like, maybe he didn't want it to be known. But yeah, he did a good job. He actually he should be on camera, bro. He'd be
No.
Nah, never mind. I'm just saying he did a good job.
No, his mic work is great though. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you need some of that blem, got some steaming hot grabber over here. This is some red rose grabber. No, this is red herring grabber. Okay, some super hot one with the We Love Hip Hop guys on the cover right here. We love steaming hot grabber on Instagram if y'all want to get yourself on your hands on some of that. And you could also use the code We Love Hip Hop. Also, there's a few other people in the building. So a little bit of a longer sponsor break here. Get yourself some of this Gas Packs, okay? Gas Packs is doing delivery across the GTA as well. They got some pretty good loud here. They got a nice little write-up over here. Gas Pack has handpicked their cannabis to make sure that they're the top quality for our smokers. We have a lot of growers to make sure that they get the best cannabis in Canada has to offer, okay? And they got a little scanner on the back to make sure that it's real, all right? So hit them up. Gas Packs Original on Instagram and get yourself some of that on your menu. Get yourself some of the stuff on the menu. You could use a code We Love Hip Hop if y'all want to get a discount. Okay. One more. If you could pass me that bag there. My bag's getting old. Put that right there. Big salute to Exotic Hot Pots. Okay, Exotic Hot Pots also has merch as well as some really, really dope loud. I got some pink Escobar right over here.
Jeez.
It's Exotic Hot Pots and BXB collab over on this one right here. These guys are doing some crazy things across the city, and I see them popping up on a lot of people's Instagrams and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hit them up if you want to get your hands on some of that. Exotic Hot Pots CA on Instagram, or that's also their site, and get yourself some of their merch as well. They got some pretty fly shit, man. But big up to all the sponsors. If you could put that back on the table.
Packaging is getting crazy.
Yeah. We're blessed, yo.
Yo, I had a question for you guys.
Talk to me.
As creatives, when you mentioned passion, right? This is what I noticed with a lot of creatives, because a lot of people who work regular jobs, they do their passions as hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have hobbies, or is it always based around work? Because for me, like, I don't really have hobbies. It's always like I'm doing something kind of based in my artistry or like content creation. Maybe I'll go for a walk or play sports or like eat a nice meal. But like, do you guys have hobbies as creatives?
I don't count those as hobbies, going to like get a nice meal and shit like that. That's just things that you do. Like,
Survival, yeah.
or just like, social shit, right?
Yeah.
But like my hobby still has something to do with my work, because I turned my hobby into my work. Like I used to watch bare videos on just hip hop shit all the time, where it's like useless information to somebody else. So I already knew what was going on with such and such rappers' music and their career, and how many albums they put out, and how old they are, and if they had any incidents before a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just consuming YouTube, consuming internet shit, just on artists. I love to consume information on what's going on with the culture and the music scene. So I would still be doing that as a hobby if I wasn't podcasting. I found a way to taking that and now using that information and talking about it on microphones.
Now it's research.
Yeah, now it's,
it's not even a hobby, it's just studying.
Now it's a tool.
Yeah.
Like, your hobby is now like something that helps you.
I have to know about this shit.
It's the same with me too. My hobby was just making beats, just cooking up. And I found the passion in engineering. And I never really wanted to be an engineer at first. I wanted to make beats, right? Just cook up, right? So, but that turned into the passion for it was the engineering in the root of it all, right? Of the music. And then now I use the production as like a tool in like the services that I can provide.
And you make music and you do all these different things. Like your artistry is like
making songs is also a hobby at that point, and it's all kind of like subdivisions in like the overall like passion for it. So
you turned your hobby into a job.
So what I'm getting here is none of us have hobbies.
Really? You don't have a life. Yo, if I like to do some other things like sports and like soccer and swimming, but I don't have the time now because the passion is like my 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So like now I'm finding like needing more time to do this than I would to do an actual hobby or
like you like spinning tunes. You don't just spin tunes because it's your job. You enjoy learning how to make a better mix and doing all these different things. The craftiness of the DJing. It's not just putting on some freaking tunes.
Yeah, but for me it's like I like production. Like I like making beats. Probably that's like the most fun. That's the closest I would consider to a hobby. And then I would say like I like video editing. I do like video editing and podcasting. DJing, I especially enjoy like learning new music and like mashing up different genres. That's like my favorite aspect. But it is very much a job in the sense where would I necessarily like DJ for free? Like there'd be like only a handful of situations that I would do it. Or if I'm just practicing in my room or something, that's different. But like obviously a big part of it as a DJ is the financial gain. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of times where like it's stressful, like DJing a wedding for me is stressful because there's so much on the line and it's all on my computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like anything could go wrong. You never know, Yeah,
if you stop it at the wrong time, you make one mistake, then
you could ruin a wedding.
You could.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, but when you kill it and you see people having a good time, then it's like the reward is like worth the stress. You know what I'm saying?
And that reward is something that comes out from a creative aspect. Like you did something with the turntables and the blend that you did and the song selection, and now you see the result of people going and dancing more and everything like that. Okay, you went through all these pressures, but it could have been like, oh, and this is with all due respect to anybody who works in the service industry, you know, I didn't get the order right for somebody and now they're mad, or I made the burger really, really good, and when, you know, they ate it in the restaurant and they were like, I could see the joy on their face. What the fuck's the reward from that, bro? Compared to like the reward that you're getting from seeing the crowd go nuts to a song.
I still think if you love cooking, then like you're gonna enjoy seeing people enjoy your cooking.
Yes,
for sure. You know,
if you love cooking, if you have your own restaurant,
or like you're like, yo, I'm trying to be a cook one day, and like now I'm starting at this low level restaurant. I put bare pain into those wings. You know what I'm saying? I see them, and they're like, yo, the wings are so good. The server comes back, says, hey, whoever made those wings, like they said it was really good. You're gonna feel a little good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I think for creatives, that's all we look for is like, we want to share our creativity with people. It's never just for like us to be like, yo, I'm so sick. It's like you want other people to be like, yo, you're sick, you know?
Yeah, fam. When people tell me, yo, I watch the show all the time, fam, I ball up and watch the show, that shit makes me feel good because I'm providing their entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like imagine, fam, people are sitting there watching us have a conversation and that's part of their daily routine or weekly routine. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is rewarding, knowing that somebody tells you that, like, yo, fam, I watch you guys all the time, fam, right? And that means if we were to stop doing what we're doing, it's like, holy shit, the audience would be losing something because they've cling to something now. They're a fan of something. You know what I'm saying? To be able to create that, like, that's powerful, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that creatives do. We get to take something and turn something that wasn't there and make it become something. Where when you go work at a job, that's already there.
Yeah, the software that you have to use, they already have people using it.
So like you're interchangeable. Like they can fire you and they're just gonna find somebody else who can do the job just as good as you, and then put that person in their place. You know what I'm saying? But you're not creating something new.
Do you think that once AI becomes normalized, that it'll open up the doors for more creativity? Because now we'll have AI to do those mundane jobs, those like repetitive tasks. So now every other person now is faced with the opportunity to pursue what they want.
Yes and no, because there's going to be that, but AI is also going to be infiltrating the creativity parts too. So there's going to be creatives that are out of jobs because of AI as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's an imbalance there.
Yeah.
If everybody's the consumer, then nobody's the developer. If that's like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you need both.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reality of it. Like you can't have a system where everybody is guaranteed in when it's not like that. It's not a guaranteed in, you know what I mean? True. Now what, your consumer is going to be AI?
No. It has to be real people consuming.
Exactly. You're not going to DJ a party of robots.
Yeah. I mean, if the money's there, I'll DJ anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, AI is getting to the point where it could replace the DJ soon.
I'm surprised it hasn't already. And the thing is, I feel like it should have.
Not good enough yet.
It should have already. And there are like technologies where you can pre-program mixes, but I think as long as you have human parties, they will want a human DJ. Like there's an element of communication that an AI has not developed yet, and maybe in 100 years.
But that's why it's not a problem yet. You know what I'm saying? It's because the DJ is still human. Or sorry, the people dancing are still human.
The audience is still human.
So you're saying once the audience is robots, they're like, I'm definitely going with a robot.
No, but I'm saying if it flips to that ratio where it's okay, now the consumers is the AI because everybody's on this side. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have there
has to be a balance.
You can't have more of one or less of the other. That makes sense.
I know what you mean. But say like I want to start a company, but I don't have enough capital to like actually pay human workers, but I can outsource to AI. So now it's like, say if I want to start a little coffee shop, I like finance these AI robots or AI services. And now I'm able to kind of pursue my dream by utilizing AI. Whereas before I'd have to like hire people and deal with the whole like HR aspect
Yeah.
and taxes and all this stuff. So I know what you mean though. If
No,
AI
I
takes
get
over
you, I
too
get you.
much, it's going to be a problem. But if we're able to like make them work for us, then I think everyone could have an opportunity to kind of grow from it.
We can get into a real deep wormhole when it comes to that, because remember, it's teaching itself. So if it's working for us, when is it going to decide it doesn't want to work for us
Yeah.
anymore?
What if the AI decides, all right, I'm not now going to pursue my own passion.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to
have
serve
dreams.
coffee anymore.
I've learned to have dreams over years, and you're not a part of it.
So the AI quits its 9 to 5 and does its passion.
It's so hard to imagine that an AI having a personality and different AIs having different personalities. Like that is a wild thought, because you would think it could just be uniform. Like they would all be the exact same, but they have different experiences.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. We
Wow.
could get into a real esoteric wormhole right here. I got a couple of news stories here. Big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabba with a variety of different Grabba flavors and dispensers. They got red rose Grabba, that red herring Grabba, and peanut butter. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and use the code We Love Hip Hop and receive a discount on your order. Again, you can find them on Instagram, Steamin' Hot Grabba. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. Big salute to this episode's sponsor, Gas Packs. Gas Packs has handpicked their cannabis to make sure it is the top quality for our smokers. We have a lot of growers to make sure that we get all of the best cannabis Canada has to offer. Make sure to hit them up on their Instagram page, Gas Packs Original, and when purchasing, make sure that you have the barcode on the back to scan to make sure that it's real. Once again, hit them up on their Instagram page, Gas Packs Original, and you can use the code We Love Hip Hop to get a discount on anything on the menu. They have delivery all over the GTA and some of the finest loud. Once again, hit them up on their Instagram page, Gas Packs Original. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. And also the song of the week. You guys you mentioned song of the week. I do have a song in mind.
I kind of do too.
Do you have a song in mind?
Yeah.
What about you, B3? You have a song in mind that you, and we're not going to not bring it up now. Just let me know if you have a song in mind.
I got to think about it.
Okay.
Chune of the week.
Well, we got time. There's something that I seen here. OVO, are they actually doing a collab with the Ends? And let me just go up on their page here, the OVO clothing page.
You're talking about Bishop Brigante.
Bishop's the Ends.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to get a bucket hat, bro. Send me one.
Here.
I'll pay for it.
Because there was a jacket that they were advertising, that they have like a new basketball jacket. Let me see if I could find this on their one of their pages. October's very own. Let's see.
You know, I've never owned a piece of OVO clothing, and not because I don't want to. I just always felt like they were expensive.
It is in the more higher price things.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could just do a Google search of it.
Hook me up with some OVO, whoever's watching this.
OVO.
B3 got bare OVO. Yeah, you got Chanelas right here. Chancles.
Chanelas. Yeah, I got a whole OVO outfit.
Do you guys say chanelas in Spanish or chancles?
Chanclas.
Okay, chanclas.
I say chanclas.
Okay.
I'm from Uruguay.
So these jackets right here. See the jacket right here says 1, 2s, or what does it say? I can't. It's kind of cloudy. And there's another one here.
Well, that's hard.
The jackets are hard.
Yeah.
But it says the Ends on the bottom, and with an S, like 3 S's. Okay, so
S or Z?
Those are S's.
Oh, okay, sorry, I don't have my
Right?
reading glasses.
The Ends.
Yeah, 3 S's.
Right now, I didn't see anything on the Ends page. Right, I've gone to the Ends page and checked to see if they had the collaboration going on over there, but I didn't see anything over there.
Is the Ends like a big?
That's Bishop's clothing line.
Oh, okay.
But I will say, when we went to his concert, like there were a lot of people wearing this gear.
Yeah, I've seen this gear on the Joe Button podcast. Like Ice and Ish and them, they wear the Ends hoodies. Okay. I just got one the other day. Big salute to Bishop, right? And Bishop's, he's going through his battle with cancer. Joe Button had promised to send like the bulk of what the GoFundMe is.
I think I'm gonna pay a good bulk of it. I'm pretty sure about it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pay a good bulk of that thing. Now I do have some bills that are gonna go out first, but
Yes, and this was like maybe a month or so ago. He hasn't made good on that. So Joe, you might want to make good on that. I understand you said you had some things to get out of the way, but yeah, we're not talking about dude needing to get a tire fix or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's his life.
It's his life. It's his life. But yeah, there's no collaborations I see you here with OVO on his page. What's going on? Yikes. See, look, this is Imani from the Joe Button podcast. Rocking the ends.
Dope.
I don't think I've ever seen those hoodies in person.
They're around, man. People in the ends, mostly, especially over here in Scarborough, people be rocking the ends.
It's a tough hoodie.
And the thing is, this is also representative of their Scarborough team or something like that, I think, because
the basketball team.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe these guys might need to get in touch with Bishop and his peoples and figure that out right there, because you got the ends. And I understand the ends is just a saying.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody owns a saying. But if you have a clothing line that you've been pushing for a multitude of years and it's the ends, and then you make some clothing that has the ends on it, maybe a collabo?
I don't know. I feel like Drake he liked your post about the Bishop Brigante concert. Like I feel, and they have an interview from like years
They
back.
have a relationship from back in the days.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything malicious. Perhaps maybe he's
I don't
even
think so neither. Yeah.
donating funds from it, or maybe it's just a play on the ends. Like, or maybe there's a legal way where he's like, if I put 3 S's, like I can use it. I don't know. I don't know, but I don't think this is malicious.
If it was a legal way with the 3 S's, that's malicious.
Yeah, that's snake. With 3 S.
Because then you know that there's one with 1 S and you're going to get in trouble for that. Right? I'm saying, I'm not accusing anybody of anything malicious neither. I'm just saying it's there. It's out in the universe. We're a podcast and a broadcast that gets a lot of people that tune in, right? I'm just putting it out in the universe. Maybe someone clean it up.
Okay. Let's next topic, quick.
Clean up on all 5. But yeah, let's get to these songs of the week. Okay.
All right, you start, because I have 2, but I didn't know which one to go with.
So Bundog.
Oh,
I hope I'm not taking anybody's song.
Nah, I did consider this though.
I seen BFR Bundog drop a new song called Paris. Okay. This over here on the Blue Feather Records channel. Big salute to the whole Blue Feather Records crew. Press and the whole all demand them. Let's see here. These guys are on some next shit with the drip, eh? These guys are on a different level with the drip, man. Holy, the lifestyle.
We love hip hop. But been through the system, but I ain't tryna go through it again. Shooter on parole, and I know that you shoot it again. But all my cronies keep it a day. We love hip hop. But I ain't tryna go through it again. Shooter on parole, and I know that you shoot it again.
Yeah, that was a solid song.
Yeah,
solid.
Fam, the song is dope, but I'm also super distracted by this music video. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah,
what are you guys dealing with right now?
There's a lot
man?
of flexing going on in this video.
Whoa.
Euros.
Bro, did
Some
you
big
see
money.
the man's in the restaurant with the
Money.
flaming food and shit? Like, YG in the cut? Yo. These guys are from Driftwood, fam. Like, think about it from, like, their perspective. They're probably like, yo, what am I doing here, fam? I was in, like, the man spent like 10 years in jail. Like, that was your life for like mad years.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it like, yes, the song's fire, but I can't even be inside this guy's mind of how good he probably must feel to be like, yo, get out of Toronto, man. Oh,
Dinner at the Eiffel Tower.
yeah.
Yo, what is
fam.
Blue Feathers Records? Is that's
their record label?
their
fam.
record label?
From Time G.
Wow, they've amassed a good amount of subscribers.
Yeah, bro. A multitude of Press's music videos have been on that channel. Like, those guys have done well for themselves in the game, bro.
Feather chain.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Pressa has one too. No?
Yeah. Those guys have done amazing for themselves in this rap game. Like just to see them be able to escape the trap, bro. Period. You know what I'm saying? No, salute to them, man. What you got? What you got, Czar?
Okay, so the K Money song is still relatively new,
Mhm.
but I was gonna say so Haji Basto dropped the tape recently,
Mhm.
and the outro on that song was really good, but there's no video. So
Let me go to Spotify over here.
yeah.
Let's look for the boy Haji Basto. So he dropped a new mixtape?
Yeah, he dropped like an album. And
Mm.
I personally like the outro on Free
Risky.
And then
Okay, so 13 songs.
Yeah, the last one.
What's the label on this? Basto Entertain or Basto Ent. So this is on his own shit. So what is the song? The last song here?
Yeah.
Let me hear this here. You're a real Toronto guy. Eh? You be deep in this Toronto shit.
Not too much, but you know, I don't somatic.
Hold on. The man is playing track 13 off the Haji Basto album. Not too much.
Yeah, that's the last track, bro. You spun them all.
You listen to Toronto shit, fam. It's fine.
I studied it. I was like, yo, he dropped the tape, you know, and I think he's the guy in terms of like with new Rexdale and like he's like a new guy. So I was like, yo, I'll give it a chance, you know?
No, I rate it, bro. We're in the deep cut right here, bro.
This is super deep, yeah. It's not even like the most viewed track on it.
I pray I'm never going back. What you know about pain?
Yeah. You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
fire.
I felt like it was like a heartfelt, like you could really feel like his emotions in the track. And I'm not gonna lie, like I went through the album, I probably liked like maybe like 3 or 4 tracks.
Yeah.
And I understand that like you got to take time with your very first album, but I understand like he wanted to put it out because you got to feed the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of demand around his music, and I think he has a lot of potential, man.
This
And
is
he's
his first
young.
album for real, eh?
Yeah. He's just been dropping singles.
Yeah.
And I know it's a lot of like, you know, drill and like op music, whatever. But I think he has like a bright future, and I want him. I could see him like growing and developing as an artist. And that last song for me like brought the album together, you know?
I think that I rate the fact that he put out an album. Because a lot of people will say all these guys, they're on the op shit, they don't care about music that much. They just care about getting at their ops. You put together an album, you care about making some music. You want to be a superstar rapper one day. Because this is album number 1. You put together a collection of your music. So you're actually taking this shit seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And after that, actually, after he released his album, he made an IG story like, yo, like send me beats. I'm done with talking about like dead ops and stuff. Like I want to make real music.
Yeah.
So I think he's headed in the right direction, you know?
Yeah, and putting together an album when you're an artist, you start noticing like, okay, I want my album to say this and I want it to flow a certain way. Once you're done doing that, you're probably looking at life from a different perspective. Like, yo, do I really want to just do all this op shit, or do I want to make a better album than I did with my last one? You know what I'm saying? Like your focus starts changing. What you got, B3?
Honestly, this last week I haven't been listening to too much other than I peeped some of that new Sad Boy. She did a feature with, I forgot the name. It was like something with criminal in it. But
you heard about that? What happened with the Sync Awards? You heard about what happened with the Sync Awards with Sad Boy?
Yeah, I did a review on it. Still,
yeah, they closed her off.
Yeah, they were moving wild.
Do you think it was racially motivated?
She dropped her tape.
I think it was a little bit of that, but
yeah, but that No Time featuring Sad Boy, the one
where you see that No Time?
Yeah, the first one there. Yeah. That's like a track she was featured on. But I feel like
Interplanetary Criminal.
Yeah,
featuring Sad Boy.
That is a wild artist name.
Yeah, that's a crazy name. I like the style. I feel like if Toronto started doing something.
It's definitely my cup of tea right here, boy.
We love hip hop. You don't know.
Yo,
nice.
B3 could have mixed her vocals way better than whoever mixed it. I'm not gonna lie. Did you notice like when her vocals came in, like I feel like they could have put a little more emphasis in the high end.
I thought it was just these headphones.
Nah, it was my headphones too.
Nah, and the speaker's just tough.
You guys are super technical with it.
I was like, yo, it's missing some high end. Maybe I would have just beefed up her vocals, but the beat is crazy and the whole song is crazy. Yeah.
You know who she reminds me of? And listen, this is with no diss to you, sad boy. Okay,
I know who you're thinking about.
Iggy Azalea.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Azalea Banks.
Azalea Banks. My bad.
I knew it was an Azalea.
It was in one of the Azaleas. Azalea Banks. My bad. No disrespect with the Iggy Azalea neither. Even though,
whatever. Whatever. But yeah, Azalea Banks is very talented.
No, but she to me is like the new Azalea Banks. Because that was the same type of music that I like Azalea Banks off of. You know what I'm saying? Like that first song that she had. Yeah. So when I hear her, I hear a new Azalea Banks.
Okay. Okay. So for Tune of the Week, we're going to try to make this a regular segment. You guys got to vote out of all 3 of the songs we just listed. I guess which was the best tune. I feel like this could get very political if we have like opposing tracks from different ends.
Oh, Lord.
But also like send me tracks. Like feel free to send me tracks for next week's Tune of the Week because I can't lie, I was scrambling kind of this morning and I was like, yo, should I use like Free Risky Outro? Should I use the K Money track? And like, I don't know.
We did do opposing in this.
Yeah, we did. We actually did.
Oops.
Yeah, oopsies.
I didn't even realize until now.
Yo, music is music, man. Let's separate it from the polys. I know some songs talk about that, whatever, but we're just trying to find, I guess, like the coolest track in the city for this week, and we got to make it like new tracks. I guess the Haji Basto song wasn't too new, but
but it was a new project.
Yeah,
and I like doing this because we get to put people onto projects and new songs. Like, I think this is something as a Toronto or a Canadian network, we should constantly be putting people onto new shit that's happening over here.
Yeah, we have to.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, we have American audiences that watch us, and they look to tap into some of their American stories, but low-key, they want to find out what's going on up here, too. Right?
Yeah.
They want to know why everybody thinks Toronto's the shit like that. Like, why did Drake come out of here? You know, and what else is going on up there?
Yo, how we should like, okay, so for Tune of the Week, like how old or how new does the song have to be? How new does the song have to be?
Me, preferably, I would like within a month or like 2 weeks.
Okay, let's
You know what I'm saying?
let's do a month.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like fresh, right off the presses.
Yeah, yours was like 20 hours ago.
Yeah.
1 hour ago, it just dropped.
It just dropped. Y'all heard this yet?
It's my favorite song.
You know what I'm saying? I was on these Instagram streets. There's something actually I seen on Reddit. Okay. Listen to this episode sponsor Exotic Hot Pots with great strains and merch and delivery all across the GTA. You can hit them up on their Instagram page, Exotic Hot Pot CA, or subscribe to their Telegram at Exotic Hot Pot. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop podcast. Salute to the sponsors. Cheer. Let's pull up the Reddits here. Let's go into these Reddit screens. Actually, let me log into my Reddit. Pow. Okay, so I'm on the Torontology Reddit here.
This is an infamous Reddit account right now. I feel like, oh shoot, like I'm witnessing
what, the Torontology?
A member of Torontology, yeah.
Yo, well, Torontology has 71,000 members. They ain't no small shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is a post from True Suggestion 6348. It says Toronto music scene without Drake, Tory, and The Weeknd. And as a DJ, okay, so for the DJ in the room as well. As a DJ, last week I decided to play only Toronto rapper songs for a 3-hour gig and see the crowd's reactions.
This guy's a beast.
Okay, I played almost all songs known and unknown to Toronto in the Toronto underground scene. While some songs were able to move the crowd, others weren't. I played many artist songs: Pressa, YG, Moolah, Houdini R.I.P., Smoke Dog R.I.P., Top Dog, Haji, K Money, Bully R.I.P., and etc. If you're a Toronto rapper and you're reading this, please, we need club songs. Regardless of what the fans say, on the dance floor, people want to dance. Once the ladies are backing up them things up, homies will show up.
Yo, I agree with this 100%.
It's facts.
Yeah,
it's just natural, like that I think that's an obvious thing when it comes to what the music scene needs down here.
It's not that obvious though, because I feel like certain rappers who are trying to portray themselves in a way, they almost feel like making a pop song is corny. Like, what am I, like a dancer man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's a word in patois. You know what I'm saying?
Then you gotta ask them who they're making the music for and where do they see themselves in the music? Because if they're not making it for the people at the club.
They're making it for the ends. They're making it as like a war, like almost like a war cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the issue right there. And I think, like, if we're talking about Toronto hip hop, like club songs, maybe I could name like 5 or 10. That's it. Like
that are club songs
that like will get the club bumping.
And let's define club song first. Let's do that out the gate. What's a club song?
Yeah,
a club song could be anything.
Songs. They play rap songs at the club. It's not just like
no, but I mean, like,
we don't mean that.
Like, what is defined as a club song? Just a song that gets played in the club, or a song that is made for the club? Like the song's talking about dancing.
I
and
think
stuff
it has
like
to
that.
do with tempo, right? Because when you're at the club, like certain tempos, your body won't naturally move to, or like, you know, like you won't dance to certain tempos if it's too slow, right?
Right.
So it needs to be up past a certain threshold of speed wise, I feel like, right?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Have an effect that makes you want to dance.
That's what I would define as a club song. Like,
okay, the tempo. So let me just play something quick, fast, and salute to the video audience, but y'all need to tune into the audios too.
My bad.
Is this club tempo?
I would say just under
club tempo.
I think the tempo could go on, but like the song itself, it's like I don't want to say lower vibration in like a negative sense, but I just feel like it's not like something you want to jump up to. But this could be like if you're with the man, them, you guys and everyone's singing the words, then like you'll actually feel a connection. And it'll feel like a club song because it honestly depends where you're at. You know what I'm saying?
And you got to remember the intention, even though YG's talking about whatever he's talking about on the song, right? It's option. His intention with his cadence and the way that he's making the hook and everything, it's not in he's not doing it in a calm way. He's doing it in a way where he wants people to turn up to it.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So his intentions are for people to jump around and dance to this shit.
Yeah, but I would say would go as far to say is that it's a performance track, not a club track.
Not a club track.
It's a track that you made give you enough jump so that when you're performing, people are with you, you know, jumping. But
people can mosh pit to that.
Yes. Yeah. So there's differences even between performance songs and club songs.
100%.
But they could also overlap.
Yeah.
It's nice when they overlap. Like, you know, like Lil Uzi Vert will make songs that like you can he'll make songs that like are mosh pit songs, but also like you play it in the club and everyone will get hyped. But I feel like a lot of that is not even about the song. It's more about who made the song and like what that song culturally means. Like, for example, Griselda de Blanco, that song is around 130 BPM, which is like a good club tempo.
Yeah.
But the drums aren't like super upbeat, but it's more the fact that everyone knows that song and everyone knows the lyrics and like you can jump to it with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree with what the DJ guy is saying, or this guy in the Reddit is saying, like a lot of Toronto rappers do need to make more club songs, but I don't think he's also going into the pool of artists who make all of those songs neither. Like he's going to all of demand them. You know, he listed all of the people he played.
Those are the big names. Those are the ones that people hear on their own time.
Yeah.
But when they go to the club, they don't hear that.
But there's a lot of other artists in this city that he can find club songs from that are just not those names.
I think it comes down to the beats too, because you take the vocals off of a beat and you play it in the club, and you compare between another track that you take the vocals out completely, just play the beat.
Yeah,
you'll get results to see like what people want to dance to.
Yeah, the mashups definitely help, and that's kind of what I was trying to do with the EDM remixes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of do that. Like I make them a little more club accessible, but it's still like if you don't like the song, you're not going to like the club remix necessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You still got to have the familiarity of the song. Right?
It's all about familiarity. It's not even about how good the song is. It's about how notorious it is, how known it is. You know that new song where it's like left, do it, right, do it, left, do it. Like everyone loves that song. Like I played that yesterday. People loved it. You know?
Yeah. But you know, we these artists, they do need to make some songs that are like, you know, let's just talk about some chicks or something. Talk about having fun. You know what I'm saying? And yes, stick to the BPMs. Just try to get some shit where people are dancing to. You know what I mean? In the end of the day, if people are dancing, that's all that matters.
Facts. That's actually what I rate about Cholo Cash, is that he actually makes music that you can play in a club.
People can dance to
and people can dance to, whether you've heard of him or not.
Yeah.
You will hear the song and you'll be like, oh, okay, like, you know, this is lit.
You got a hard out just now, right?
In 5-10 minutes, yeah.
Okay, I got one more thing I want to ask you guys here.
Okay.
What's your go-to Toronto blog?
We Love Hip Hop. No.
no, like when you're looking to find whatever's going on in the scene, whether it's like the news that you're looking for or just like what's going on in the underground, like what are your blogs that you go to?
I don't necessarily go to the page to look for stuff, but I see a lot more of Keep Six.
Keep Six is your
yeah. For a while, it's just, I've seen a lot of Keep Six, or I see more.
Like, what do you keep updated from? Like, what blogs keep you updated?
Yeah, it's Keep for me.
Keep Six. What about you, Czar?
I would say it'd probably end up being Straight Out of Six and RTN.
Yeah,
those are the ones that
news,
yeah. But sometimes like I feel like they'll do like false reports that'll like make me feel like they lost credibility. But I feel like for the majority of things, I end up using RTN or Straight Out of Six.
Yeah. I would go also with what B3 was saying with Keep Six Solid, because Keep Six Solid they go crazy on Twitter as well. But yeah, they're Straight Out to Six. Some of those underground blogs I do be checking for too. Right, like the one that I was 6T or I want to make sure to get it correctly. But those guys have been keeping me updated with a lot of the underground shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially since I've been blocked by a lot of the other ones.
You got me blocked by one of them, bro. Like,
no way.
Yeah, one of them blocked me.
T.TV. Salute to T.TV. I get a lot of news from them.
I got caught in the crossfire, bro.
That's crazy.
I was like a affiliated shot.
My next
digital shot. I don't know.
Also, outside of the like the Instagram,
you got real shots to worry about.
It's a whole other story.
Yeah.
We'll keep that off of the mic. Even outside of the Instagram pages and things like that, I'll also go to Rockboy Ninja.
Yeah, I like Rockboy Ninja.
Yeah, like low key, even though a lot of times people are like, yo, Rockboy Ninja versus Friday. I don't give a shit. If there's something going on when it comes to like somebody who got shot or a rapper who's in a messed up situation and I need to find out like a more long form of what's going on, I don't have time to be updating people on what's going on every single minute. So, you know, we're a podcast, you know, I'll react to shit, but a lot of times I'll go to Rockboy and see what I'll go on with the story.
You know what's interesting? Like none of us mentioned Six Buzz because I feel like Six Buzz, they don't report on Toronto as much as these other blogs because they're more like general news, you know?
They've changed over the years, definitely. Once upon a time, you used to be able to go to Six Buzz, and I don't know if Six Buzz ever really was the news place, but it used to be very send a video of some Toronto people doing some crazy shit or something crazy happening on the street, and then somebody yelling Six Buzz. Remember that was the origin of Six Buzz. Exactly. Right? Wave Room also. Salute to Wave Room. Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of news from Wave Room too. Low key, I think those guys are one of the biggest blogs in the city.
Yeah, and I like that they actually make like content too. You know? I think that's healthy.
Yeah, they're doing the 20v1s and shit like that. Right? Yeah. They're the ones doing the 20v1s as well. Right? So yeah. I just wanted to just pick y'all brains. You know, like I said, it's a slow news week this week. I wanted to keep it very Toronto centric and, you know, just do some podcasting, man.
Yeah, man. We covered a wide range of topics today.
Yeah. We got into our thinking bag.
We love hip hop.